All right, we're doing a blend door actuator on, this is a '01 Chevy Silverado. It's 2500 HD. I believe they're all the same. I've been putting this off for a while just because it seems annoying, and I've had some other issues that were more important. But I already went ahead and I've removed, let me turn my flash on. I've removed the bad actuator and reinstalled it again, because after watching some YouTube videos and reading reviews online and stuff from the part, it seems like it could be kind of difficult to put back together. When I first removed this one, I wanted to try to put it back in just to make sure that it would go smooth before I spend 60 bucks on a new one. And I was able to get it after tweaking with it for a little bit. But up until the point I figured out like the trick, I was getting infuriated. I was about to just tie the blend door open and leave it on vent. So here's what I got so far. Obviously, you don't have to pull this panel off here, but it helps just so you can see through more. Maybe reach through here with a flashlight or something. But really all you got to do is pull off this little duct that runs under here. You'll see on yours, it's just a little plastic piece for the foot setting, and all it does is slide out of this one. And then there's a little snap button thing up here that holds it. I actually broke this one. First time I pulled it off, it didn't break, but I ended up tearing the piece. Not too worried about it. Okay, if you look up here, it's a real pain to get to. Okay, so right now, I got my left knee on the ground outside the truck, and I'm all twisted under the dash. It helps if you push your parking brake lever down, kind of frees up your head movement. So, when you're looking at it, you got a bolt right there in front of my finger. And then you've got one straight across from it on the top. Here, I'm gonna try to get close so you can see it. It's right there. I believe they were 5/32. I think that's what I used. You pull them two bolts off, and then take note, up here, this is already slipped loose again, so you can't see it. Damn it. I didn't tighten the bolt up and it came loose. There's a little nipple on this plastic thing that rides in a groove here, that white one. Rides in that groove, and that's what makes it hard to line up. That, and getting it lined up with the white teeth up there. When you remove it, you pull them two bolts, and you gotta be careful finagling it out. Kind of like comes out at an angle. If you see the black part where the teeth are, it won't focus. Yeah, right there. Those are actually tucked underneath of the white part. It doesn't go straight up to it. You gotta like pull it at an angle and slowly shimmy it and get it out. And then there's the one I was talking about. It needs to be flipped up in the upward position. I believe that one's for the defrost control to put it back together. So up on this is vent. Still not focusing. Up on that is vent. And then up on this with that up is the position you want them in when you try to put it back together. From what I've read so far online, these lines here line it up, the two straight lines line it up with the vent position. So when you go to install the new one, you want it to go in this direction. Now, that little white nipple thing sticking out right up there, that little lever, that one rides in this higher groove here. And then the teeth are self-explanatory. They made up against those. But the problem is when you're putting it back together, you also have one that rides in this groove right there above that round center part. So all three of those have to match up. Problem is that one up there always falls. So then that drops, and then you can't pull it back up to get those aligned, and it'll really get you pissed off. So after trying like 4 or 5 times, when I got this one back in just now, I know it didn't look like it was completely in, but it was. I didn't have the bolts in. It must have shook loose when I was walking around. But I went up under with this at an angle to kind of tuck this part underneath the white part. And if you go in at an angle real gentle, you gotta be careful not to snap any of it. You can kind of finagle it around and get that nipple to line up with this groove and get the other one through here. With this, you kind of just put a little pressure on it, it'll pop through. But it's a pain. It's a real pain. Hang on. I mean, once you get, I don't even think I can do this with the phone. Oh, hang on a sec. Let's get in this way. I keep flipping my phone angles. I kind of have to. Where are we at? There we are. Okay. So when at an angle like that, then, see, it's hard because it's like hitting the side piece. Come on. It's a real pain in the ass. Okay, that line's there. This line's here. I'm trying to get, okay, there you go. Close. But then that moved a little bit. All right. That is lined up and under it now. Now you got to worry about the other thing. If you look up there, you'll see it's already moved. And you've also got to worry about this one in here, which it looks like it's through. So now with that in, you can kind of finagle that. Okay, now they're all kind of lined up. But here's the problem I kept having before. Ugh, sorry for the crappy recording. Down here, the screw holes aren't all lined up. And it feels like there's something kind of grabbing it. Now the last time I did this, I just ever so gently, I wiggled it around and I moved the adjustment just a little bit on there, and it dropped right in. And when it dropped in, it felt very satisfying and was obviously in place. See, now I've lost the top part again. That little nipple up there. Oh, come on. Okay, with that in, that's lined up. It just gets to the point where it's like, you don't even know what's holding it. It's really annoying. Come on, I think it's that one. Oh, right there. There you go. Clunk. Popped in. If you rotate it a little bit side to side, it helps line up the one that goes in this groove, and then it pops on in place. So now the screw holes are lined up, and you can bolt it back up there. So, yeah. It's kind of a pain in the ass, and you might get frustrated if you're anything like me. I'm not going to go over any of the programming and unplugging the battery and all that crap. I just wanted to show how I was able to get mine in. So I'm going to buy a new one and then see if it fixes it.